Hello, fabulous superstar Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2023. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now, and boy, is this a very special time. The 15th of the month features this month's new moon. This new moon takes place in fellow earth sign Virgo, a worldly part of your sky, having to do with long distance travel, immigration, citizenship, higher learning, legal matters, along with the philosophical, political, spiritual beliefs that guide your life, that help you to make sense of the world. Now, what's especially exciting is that this is a very fortunate new moon. It is, on the one hand, speaking in supreme harmony with Jupiter and Uranus, and on the other hand, in supreme harmony with Pluto. However, it is across the sky from Neptune. And to me, all of this adds up to a sense that great power and purpose and focus is available to us. Brilliance is available to us. However, it will require some compromise, some need for balance, and maybe everything not being exactly the way that we specify. Now, for you, this is about those opportunities that feel like they help you to step up in front of more of the world or put you on a bigger stage in some way. There is a need here to consider, if it is that you are traveling, well, that Neptunian energy does suggest give yourself lots of time, let your travel plans change. Chances are they will, but it could end up being a truly rewarding, if not life-changing trip. If it is that you are right now engaged in a legal matter, a matter having to do with immigration, citizenship, or even higher education, this gives you a chance to implement in a way that has this great blessing to it. But again, you have to figure out what's actually required and how to be measured in the process. For example, answer the questions that you are asked instead of talking about all kinds of things that have nothing to do with what you're being asked. Fill out your documents correctly, because that's where some confusion can transpire. But for all that, keep in mind that on the same day as the new moon, Mercury in this part of the sky does go direct as well. So if ever there was a sense of new beginnings and fresh perspectives and fresh energy, this really would be it. I think this is a very exciting time. There's a sense of spontaneity here as well. If it is that you are using this energy more personally, having to do with what you believe and exploring new philosophical or spiritual ideas, this is where the penny drops, as they say. More makes more sense for you now and navigating forward from here. There is clarity in your understanding of where in the world you are supposed to be, and that can make this an exciting time. Now, this part of the sky is also visionary. It has to do with the things you put into place that you hope will help you to manifest bigger and better in the fullness of time. And so be visionary, be open. Know that the universe is supporting you to consider your place in the world more expansively than ever before. Now, navigating further, it is on the 29th that we have this month's full moon. The full moon happens at the foundation of your chart. This is the most private part of your sky, having to do with your past and your living situation. Your family of origin is covered here as well. This full moon is interesting in that it isn't really making any big connections. Mostly it is close in the sky to Chiron, which means there's a heightened sense of vulnerability or insecurity, especially the emotional kinds. Trust issues can show up here. The thing with Chiron, and the lesson and affirmation with Chiron always is, when you trust yourself, you can be that much open to trusting others, because you know whatever happens with them, you're going to be okay. But this is a lens to the past that you have to consider here. And so, yes, whatever happened with people in the past, however that might have felt, you have yourself. You are going to be okay. And that affirmation is part of the gift of this time. It allows you to really heal and let go of the past where appropriate. Now, this energy can also be very empowering for healing your connections with your family of origin, your parents in particular, where it is that you are looking to buy, sell, or attract a new roommate. The thing is that this is more about a situation arising that leaves you feeling vulnerable in some way. Not so much about being proactive and making changes. Now, you want to stay open to possibilities. If you've really been trying to make a move happen for a while, it can come together here, but there may be a lot of emotion you didn't realize as part of the transition. That's a likely scenario if it is that you've been trying to make changes on the home front. But if you're looking to buy, sell, move, or attract a new roommate as a brand new endeavor, that's where you do want to be a little careful with this. Because the energy is so personal, it could be that your search ends up leaving you feel vulnerable in some way or makes you feel exposed. And so pace yourself and be yourself, as I like to say. Full moons are more about fruition. They're about things coming to a closure or being honest with yourself about how you really feel about a given situation. If it is that you have a roommate situation that just isn't working for you, this helps you to get honest with yourself about that and make changes from that place. But if everything is good, I would say pace yourself, but of course, do what it is that feels right for you to do in light of your unique circumstances. Now, where it comes to matters of love, love is a massively important topic with a month like this. And that is because on the 3rd of September, Venus will officially go direct. And this direct happens with Venus in a profound truth, intimacy, vulnerability part of the sky, which makes this that much more special. It is here that Venus helps you to get very honest, especially in the first days of the month, about your real feelings about a given love-related matter. Outside of love, I also want to say this part of the sky has to do with your own sense of transformation and regeneration, your understanding of yourself psychologically. And it has to do with your ability to access resources, your relationship with financial institutions. Now that Venus goes direct and early next month will leave shadow, will leave this part of the sky, the blessings are around the corner. The sense of greater ease once we get Venus direct is set to begin at this time. So stay open to the possibilities, but coming back to matters of love, a lot of this is about getting really honest of the depth of emotion. And even if it's complex, and again, I'm brought back to this lesson around trust. It's so fascinating given where the full moon is, helping you to reflect on the past, bring healing to the past. And that could include in love. And then here is this Venus. And that Venus, under the light of the full moon in particular, will be exact, connecting with Uranus, a surprise, a minute, unexpected freedom kind of energy. And I do feel like if there is a need to bring closure to matters of the past, whether it is that you have been moving through a difficult time, now you're ready to understand it, to leave it behind, not have it carried into your future, that could be part of the scenario here. But another could be really deciding to move on. Trust issues are all over this, given the placement of Venus and this full moon. And yet, again, if you trust yourself, other people can do what they need to do. You know you're going to be okay. That is the higher spiritual lesson of this time. For those of you open to meeting someone new, I do think, especially under the light of the full moon, there could be a very powerful attraction to another person that feels like it comes out of nowhere, that feels like a wild card that may take you aback. And that really is okay, but it's up to you to decide what feels right for you to do in light of your unique circumstances. It looks like you may be feeling like there's a genuine desire to bond deeply emotionally with another. That may be part of the surprise at this time. Now, can the other person meet you there? I think that might also be part of the surprise. You might not be thinking that it is as intimate as they are, or vice versa. Regardless, though, it gives you a chance to learn a lot about yourself. You may meet somebody and you dive very deep very quickly, or you meet somebody and it represents a moment and you understand that, and then you move on. For those of you just starting to date somebody, if there ever was a sky that said all or nothing, for you, it really would be that full moon, that Venus square Uranus. That is a decisive moment, a big moment as part of the larger transit that we've been in with Venus retrograde. But for this month as well, however you feel about this person, it is going to come to the surface. Your insecurities around what you decide to do, questions around that for you, come to the surface. Where it is that perhaps this person is not someone to trust, that might come forward, but the reverse is also true. Where it is that there is something genuine here, something with depth, something that makes you feel like you could bond deeply with them, things could accelerate very quickly at this time. Like I said, it's all or nothing now. For those of you who are in an established bond, well, look, the overwhelming majority of Capricorns out there, especially where it is that the Venus retrograde season has been fine, hasn't really spoken to your relationship that much. Well, it is at the end of the month that we get these surprise moments that bond the two of you that much closer together. Remember, with that Venus placement, regardless of your relationship status, money and love do not mix. However, with established bonds where there already is that give and take, there may be a surprise moment that asks your partner to be generous with you or brings with it unexpected changes to your partner's income. Now, again, this might just represent a moment. It might not be anything of great consequence, but very quickly, the two of you may have to pay attention to that. But for all that, if you felt for a while that maybe you're not in the right relationship for you, chances are things are really going to accelerate in that understanding as we get to the end of the month. It is all or nothing. And so either you understand what you've been feeling differently and recommit deeply, or you're able to find a depth within you, an understanding within you as to how it is that you now might be feeling ready to go in a different direction. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It's a valuable and meaningful astrological moment. Well, I'm going to say that new moon mid-month, it is the star of the show in so many ways now. And that very powerful new moon energy is one of potential and possibility and just opening up the world to you in a way that's enlivening and exciting as well, that may feel downright fortunate to you. And so stay open to the possibilities, knowing that in many ways for the Capricorns out there, the world is yours. Well, thank you so much for watching. September 1st is my 17-year anniversary as a full-time astrologer. And every year I have a 24-hour biggest sale of the year over on my website, NadiyaShah.com. Make sure you're following me on social media. Every 6 hours, we launch incredible once-a-year discounts. I hope you absolutely love them. And thank you for your love and support all these years. Now, if you want to know and you want to get a video just like this one each and every week for each and every sign, log on to NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, where you get expanded exclusive video scopes for all signs for as low as just $3 a month with choose your membership rate. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.